Human rights activists mobilized throughout Canada this week to participate in Israeli Apartheid Week. This came as Canada's controversial Foreign Affairs Minister, John Baird, volunteered to deliver his second speech in the past 4 weeks to members of the pro-Israel lobbying group, AIPAC. Israeli Apartheid Week, which originates in Toronto, represents an attempt by students around the world to demonstrate their solidarity with the Palestinian victims of Israel's racist apartheid system. The events held this week send a message to the Palestinians and the world that Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister, who is currently at the AIPAC convention, does not speak for all Canadians. The parents of slain human rights activist Rachel Corrie spoke at the University of Calgary. Corrie was killed by an Israeli-operated Caterpillar bulldozer, which was illegally demolishing the home of a Palestinian doctor in Gaza in 2003.
We have responsibility. We particularly, I think, in North America do. Americans, of course, because we're providing a lot of the funding. But I think Canadians as well, because your government's lending a lot of support to what is happening and to what the Israeli government is doing in terms of occupation right now.
Rachel Corrie's parents attempted to sue Israel for its role in the killing of their daughter. Many observers were stunned when in his August 2012 ruling, the Israeli judge blamed Rachel Corrie for her own death.
The military pretty much trumps everything in Israel, and the one thing about it is that the verdict was just totally unnuanced. They said that basically Rachel was killed as an act of war, and then as an act of war you could not hold Israel responsible for what it did in war. Now that's contrary to all international law that I know about.
Israeli officials and former officials have said that it either is apartheid or that they're on the brink of apartheid. So I don't think it's, we can talk about all the different aspects of it, how that looks, what that means, but I think it shouldn't be so controversial. You have a lot of Israelis who are also fearful that that's what's happening there.
Activists say that the message of Cindy and Craig Corrie underscores the need for initiatives like Israeli Apartheid Week to continue to take place, and for activists not to cave in to the immense pressure exerted by Israel's supporters, who often seek to censor such pro-Palestinian voices on Canadian campuses. Joshua Blakeney, Press TV, Calgary.
They're calling me a terrorist, like they don't know who the terror is. When they put it on me, I tell them this: I'm all about peace and love. They're calling me a terrorist, like they don't know who the terror is. Insulting my intelligence. Oh, how these people judge.
Seems like the ragheads and packies are worrying your dad, but your dad's favourite food is curry and kebab. It's funny but it's sad how they make your mummy hurry with her bags, rather read the Sun and study all the facts. Tell me, what's the bigger threat to human society? BAE systems or homemade IEDs, remote control drones, killing off human lives, or man with homemade bomb committing suicide? I know you were terrified when you saw the towers fall. It's all terror, but some forms are more powerful. It seems nuts. How could there be such agony when more Israelis die from peanut allergies? It's like the definition didn't ever exist. I guess it's all just dependent who your nemesis is. Irrelevant how eloquent the rhetoric peddler is. They're telling fibs now. Tell us who the terrorist is.
They're calling me a terrorist, like they don't know who the terror is. When they put it on me, I tell them this: I'm all about peace and love. They're calling me a terrorist, like they don't know who the terror is. Insulting my intelligence. Oh, how these people judge.
Lumumba was democracy, Mossadegh was democracy, Allende was democracy, hypocrisy, it bothers me. Call you terrorists if you don't want to be a colony. Refuse to bow down to a policy of robbery. It's terrorism, my lyrics. When more Vietnam vets killed themselves after the war than died in it. This is very basic. One One nation in the world has over 1,000 military bases. They say it's religion when clearly it isn't. It's not just Muslims that oppose your imperialism. Is Hugo Chavez a Muslim? Nah, I didn't think so. Is Castro a Muslim? Nah, I didn't think so. It's like the definition didn't ever exist. I guess it's all just dependent who your nemesis is. Irrelevant how eloquent the rhetoric peddler is. They're telling fibs, now tell us who the terrorist is.